Here's just the finished part. Like I said, it's showing 3 different pencils, different colors, but the same name. It would be a little bit of editing of the symbol. And here, just going to show you how to go about maybe creating the symbol. So just typing out the text, looking at the font. It's a sans serif font, so it's going to be Helvetica is what we're going to use. And then going into the character section to change the spacing or the kerning, and then just duplicating it to get the French version, using the shape tool to get the triangle, and then going back to the number for this one in case the PC, and then using the rounded rectangle tool just to make that shape, aligning them so they're horizontally placed in there. This font that you see listed here is Orbitron, so it'll be one that you can load as a TrueType font and get a simulated look of the graphic there. And the other part, Premiere, just making that into Helvetica, going into the character palette and stretching it out and using Option R for the registration mark and aligning those as best with the automatic, but then visually aligning it, and the line segment tool for that graphic, and grouping it together, kind of placing it all the pieces in a horizontal line, setting them in place. This one's a little tricky as far as taking the text, depending on how you want to place this symbol. If it's going to be white, duplicate it and put the type on top of the rounded rectangle and change the text to paths. This will allow you to then use the Pathfinder to subtract it. Having a little trickiness on that 0, so trying a couple times, but then we'll opt to just change the number, and we'll just put in a arbitrary piece, but it's just having a little artifact come off the top. We'll take a look at it later to see how to place it in there. But here we'll just place it with another number and maybe just a couple numbers different altogether here. And then once that's put in there, this is the 2 pieces, one on top of the other, taking the text and using the Pathfinder to create that shape with the white type on the black background. And then just aligning this all in a strip here, selecting it, duplicating it so you don't lose it, and then just go into the fill and stroke and change it so that it has a white outline all filled in, and give it a graphic. And then taking a look at the circle for the circle within, using the eyedrop tool to get the blue right off the photograph, hold the shift key down, and then just a rectangle shape with the text, and then using a wood gradient and changing that into a symbol. So you have 3 symbols, 3 sides of this shape. So here's a rectangle. Take the blue with the shift key right on the eyedrop tool, and the direct selection tool just to arch up that point right there. And then just go to Effect 3D right there, and if you need to modify it in the Appearance panel, and go ahead and place on the 3 symbols. And just changing these so you have the 2 endpoints, the bottom, the top, and going in with the lighting to change this, so you can adjust that part. Here you can always go back in and adjust the shape of it. You can't rotate it. You have to rotate that through the 3D window, and here I'm just duplicating it and changing the overall color. Even though the names won't be there, it'll just get you started to see what you can do with the coloring. You can always update the symbol and change it to make it more real. But there you have just a simple composition there.